When most people think about seniors living alone, the first images that come to mind are loneliness, silence, and vulnerability. Society often paints this picture of aging in solitude as something to be feared: an empty home, a quiet kitchen, and endless hours with no one to talk to. But what if I told you that behind those closed doors, many seniors are actually living healthier, happier, and more fulfilling lives than we might expect? What if living alone in your golden years isn't a burden, but a secret source of strength? Researchers have begun to uncover surprising truths about this stage of life. A study from the University of Michigan, for example, found that seniors who live alone but remain active in their communities often report higher life satisfaction scores than those in stressful or dependent living arrangements. Another report published in the Journal of Aging and Health showed that independence, having the ability to set your own schedule, choose your own meals, and shape your daily routines, can reduce stress and even lower blood pressure. These findings challenge the myths we've all been told, that solitude equals suffering. In reality, for many older adults, solitude equals freedom. Take the story of Mr. Robert from Dallas, Texas, who lost his wife 7 years ago. At first, his children worried that living alone would break him down emotionally. But Robert surprised them all. He built new routines: morning walks around White Rock Lake, volunteering twice a week at the local library, and hosting weekend chess games with old friends. Instead of falling into despair, he found new meaning in his independence. He once said, "I thought being alone meant being lonely. Turns out, it meant I could finally live at my own pace." Stories like Robert's are far more common than we realize, but many seniors don't talk openly about them. Sometimes they don't want to seem boastful about their happiness, or they worry others won't believe that solitude can actually bring joy. And so, these powerful lessons remain hidden, quiet secrets that only those who live alone truly understand. That's why today's video is so important. We're going to uncover 5 secrets that seniors living alone won't tell you, but you need to hear. These secrets may surprise you, inspire you, and even change the way you think about aging and independence. Whether you're a senior yourself, a family member, or simply curious about what life in later years can look like, this journey will open your eyes to possibilities that society rarely talks about. So, stay with me until the very end. Because each secret we reveal has the potential to shift your perspective, and the last one might completely shock you. Secret 1: Better health through independence. One of the first secrets seniors living alone rarely talk about is how much independence improves their health. While many assume that living alone leads to decline, the reality is often the opposite. Studies have consistently shown that maintaining autonomy in later life can support both physical and mental well-being. According to the National Institute on Aging, seniors who manage their own daily routines are more likely to stay physically active. Small decisions, like choosing when to walk, what to eat, or how to spend leisure hours, encourage movement and mindfulness. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Gerontology revealed that older adults living alone who engage in self-managed routines had 25% lower risk of mobility decline compared to peers who relied heavily on others. These findings suggest that independence itself acts as a protective factor against frailty. Dietary habits are another area where independence plays a key role. While living in group settings can sometimes limit food choices, seniors who live alone often pay more attention to their own preferences and nutritional needs. The Harvard School of Public Health conducted research showing that seniors who cook for themselves tend to consume more fruits, vegetables, and fiber, all crucial for heart health and digestion. Far from neglecting their diet, many older adults actually thrive when they control what goes on their plate. Then there's the mental health aspect. The American Psychological Association found that older adults who maintain decision-making authority in their lives report higher levels of self-esteem and lower rates of depression. Autonomy gives a sense of control, and control fosters resilience. Simply put, the act of managing one's own household creates a psychological boost that can't be underestimated. Take the example of Mrs. Evelyn from Phoenix, Arizona, who chose to remain in her home after her husband passed away. At age 74, she faced skepticism from her children who suggested assisted living. But Evelyn was determined. She set up a daily routine that included gardening, preparing her own meals, and attending yoga classes at a local community center. Over the years, her doctor noticed something remarkable. her blood pressure stabilized, her cholesterol levels improved, and her mobility remained strong. Evelyn once shared, "I think having the freedom to do things my way keeps me going. If someone else were making every decision for me, I'd probably feel helpless. But this way, I feel alive." Her story highlights an often overlooked truth: independence is not just about pride, it's about health. Seniors like Evelyn quietly carry this secret with them, rarely saying out loud how much living alone contributes to their vitality. Yet science backs it up, and their lived experiences prove it even more powerfully. So, the first secret is clear: living alone can actually make seniors healthier, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's not a decline, it's a different kind of growth. Secret 2: psychological strength and happiness. The second secret seniors living alone often keep to themselves is how much stronger and happier they become emotionally. Many outsiders assume that solitude equals sadness, but studies in psychology tell a very different story. In fact, independence in later years often brings about a surprising boost in emotional resilience and happiness. A landmark study from Stanford University found that seniors who live independently report higher levels of life satisfaction and emotional regulation compared to those in institutionalized care. The reason? Living alone allows older adults to avoid unnecessary stressors like interpersonal conflicts, rigid schedules, and lack of privacy. Instead, they are free to build their days around what truly matters to them. Freedom becomes a source of joy. Another key finding comes from the University of Chicago's Aging and Mental Health project, which revealed that seniors who embrace solitude as an opportunity for reflection experience lower levels of anxiety and greater emotional clarity. Rather than feeling isolated, many older adults see their time alone as a chance to deepen their understanding of life, reconnect with spirituality, or pursue hobbies they once neglected. This resilience shows up in real lives, like that of Mr. Harold from Portland, Oregon. At age 78, Harold decided to remain in his own home after his wife passed away. His children were concerned, but Harold saw it as a new chapter. He began journaling every morning, meditating for 15 minutes daily, and taking evening walks along the Willamette River. Over time, Harold noticed a profound sense of calm replacing the grief. "Living alone gave me space to heal," he explained. "I could cry when I needed to, laugh when I wanted, and build a new rhythm without worrying about anyone else's judgment. That freedom made me emotionally stronger than I've ever been." Harold's story is echoed in countless others across the country. Seniors who live alone often develop psychological habits that protect them from despair, whether it's mindfulness, creative outlets, or simply learning to enjoy their own company. This isn't loneliness. This is self-discovery. And here's the twist: many of these seniors don't openly admit just how happy they are. Sometimes they fear their families won't understand, or that others will dismiss their joy as pretending. But the reality is undeniable: living alone has taught them resilience, patience, and the art of finding contentment in life's small details. Now, let me ask you something. Are you still with me up to this point? If you are, type number 2 in the comments below. That way I'll know you're engaged, and you believe in the power of psychological strength just as much as Harold and so many other seniors do. And don't forget, this is just the second secret. We still have more surprising truths ahead that you definitely won't want to miss. Secret 3: Daily Habits and Independence. The third secret that many seniors living alone won't openly share is how their daily habits become the backbone of independence, and how much joy those small routines can bring. At first glance, routines may seem ordinary, even mundane, but research shows they are critical to both physical and mental health. A study published in the Journal of Aging Studies found that older adults who develop consistent daily habits, such as waking up at a set time, preparing their own meals, exercising, or engaging in hobbies, tend to experience lower levels of cognitive decline. These routines act as anchors, giving structure to the day and reducing the uncertainty that can cause stress or anxiety. Seniors who maintain independence through habits also report feeling more in control of their lives, which directly contributes to better mental health outcomes. Another fascinating report from the Mayo Clinic emphasizes that seniors who build purposeful habits, like cooking, walking, gardening, or journaling, show higher resilience to depression and even demonstrate improved sleep quality. These small rituals don't just fill time, They foster a sense of purpose and accomplishment. Let's look at a real example. Mrs. Linda from Cleveland, Ohio, age 72, has been living alone for nearly a decade. When her husband passed, she struggled for months to adjust. But gradually, Linda began building small habits into her day. She starts every morning by making her bed, followed by a 20-minute walk around her neighborhood. After that, she prepares her favorite oatmeal with blueberries and sits down with a crossword puzzle. In the afternoon, she tends to her backyard garden, and in the evening, she calls her sister who lives across town. Linda says, "These little things keep me grounded. They make me feel alive. My house may be quiet, but my days are full." Her doctor has even noted measurable improvements. Regular walking has strengthened her joints, gardening has boosted her vitamin D levels from sunlight, and her consistent sleep routine has stabilized her blood pressure. What might look like just habits to an outsider are, in fact, life-sustaining practices that allow her to thrive alone. This is the part many seniors don't emphasize when they talk about living alone, that independence doesn't mean chaos or neglect. It often means carefully building rhythms that nurture health and happiness. It's not about doing extraordinary things, but about committing to ordinary tasks with extraordinary consistency. So, the third secret is clear: daily habits are the hidden foundation of independence. Through simple, intentional routines, seniors create stability, protect their health, and find meaning in everyday life. It's a truth worth recognizing, because it shows us that independence isn't just surviving alone, it's thriving through the power of habits. Secret 4: Resilience and problem solving in old age. The fourth secret many seniors living alone rarely talk about is how much resilience and problem-solving ability they develop over time. Living independently forces older adults to face challenges head-on, whether it's fixing a leaky faucet, figuring out transportation, or managing unexpected health issues. These situations, rather than weakening them, often strengthen their adaptability and problem-solving skills. Research from the American Psychological Association highlights that seniors who live independently show greater cognitive flexibility compared to those in highly dependent environments. When faced with small daily obstacles, their brains stay active and creative. This problem-solving activity is not only practical but also protective against cognitive decline. Another study published in the Gerontologist found that older adults who regularly solve everyday problems, like planning meals, balancing budgets, or arranging social activities, retain higher executive function well into their 70s and 80s. Resilience is also emotional. The University of Texas conducted a study on seniors who experienced major life changes, like widowhood or moving to a new city, and found that those living alone often cultivated higher coping skills. Because they couldn't always rely on immediate household support, they developed inner strength and patience. This emotional resilience helped them recover faster from setbacks and maintain better overall mental health. Consider the story of Mr. James from Denver, Colorado, age 81. After his wife passed away, James decided to stay in the family home. One winter, his heating system broke down in the middle of a snowstorm. Instead of panicking, James calmly called a repair service, used space heaters in the meantime, and arranged to stay with a neighbor overnight. He laughed about it later, saying, "10 years ago, I would have called my wife to handle it. Now, I'm proud that I can handle it myself. It showed me I'm not as fragile as people think." James's story reflects what so many independent seniors know but rarely share, that resilience is built through practice. Every challenge faced alone becomes proof of capability. Every problem solved adds to a sense of confidence and self-reliance. While outsiders may pity seniors who live alone, those seniors often know a powerful truth: solitude has sharpened their problem-solving skills in ways they never expected. Now, let me pause for a second. If you're still with me all the way here, it means you're beginning to see the hidden strength of seniors living alone. To show me you're engaged, type number 4 in the comments below. That way, I'll know you value resilience just as much as Mr. James and countless other seniors across America do. And remember, we still have one final secret left to uncover, and it's one you truly don't want to miss. Secret 5: Unexpected Joys and Freedom. The fifth and perhaps most surprising secret seniors rarely share is the unexpected joys and freedoms they discover while living alone. While many outsiders assume that solitude strips away happiness, The reality for countless older adults is that independence opens doors to pleasures they never fully appreciated before. Scientific research supports this hidden truth. A study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology revealed that seniors living independently often report higher levels of personal freedom and life satisfaction compared to those in shared or institutional living environments. Without the compromises that come with constant companionship, they are free to shape their days exactly as they wish. This freedom fosters creativity, exploration, and a renewed sense of identity. Another report from Boston University highlighted that seniors living alone engage more often in self-directed leisure activities, such as reading, crafting, gardening, or even traveling. These activities not only stimulate the brain but also provide opportunities for joy that feel authentic and personally meaningful. Living alone allows older adults to prioritize themselves in a way that many haven't since their younger years. Take the story of Mrs. Carroll from Tampa, Florida, age 76. After decades of raising children and caring for her late husband, Carroll found herself alone for the first time in her life. Initially, she feared the silence of her house would be unbearable. But soon she began to discover freedoms she hadn't known in decades. She joined a painting class, traveled with a local senior group to Savannah, and even took up salsa dancing lessons at a community center. Carroll says, "For the first time in years, I wake up and ask myself, what do I want to do today? And then I just go do it." That kind of freedom feels like a gift. The unexpected joys of living alone don't always have to be grand. Sometimes it's something as simple as watching a favorite TV show without compromise, cooking exactly what you want for dinner, or enjoying a quiet afternoon nap without interruption. These small moments of autonomy accumulate into a profound sense of contentment. Importantly, psychologists note that joy derived from self-directed living can act as a buffer against loneliness. Dr. Susan Charles from UC Irvine explains that when seniors find satisfaction in daily freedoms, they are less likely to interpret solitude as negative isolation. Instead, they see it as an opportunity, an open canvas for joy. So, the fifth secret is this: living alone often brings unexpected happiness and liberating freedom. It's not the bleak, lonely existence society imagines. Instead, it can be a chapter of self-discovery, creativity, and fulfillment that seniors rarely voice out loud. And yet, when you listen to their stories, it's clear that independence has given them something priceless, joy they never thought they'd find again. Final conclusion. After uncovering all 5 secrets, one thing becomes crystal clear: living alone in later life is far more than a story of solitude. It's a story of strength, independence, and unexpected joy. Seniors who choose to live on their own often experience better health, stronger mental resilience, carefully crafted daily habits, remarkable problem-solving skills, and a freedom that many never imagine exists. These secrets show that independence is not a limitation, it's a pathway to thriving in ways society rarely highlights. Take a moment to reflect on the stories we've explored. Mr. Robert from Dallas showed how health and routine keep him strong. Mrs. Evelyn from Phoenix highlighted the benefits of cooking and movement for both body and mind. Mr. Harold from Portland demonstrated the emotional strength that comes from solitude, while Mr. James from Denver revealed the resilience developed through problem solving. And finally, Mrs. Carroll from Tampa illustrated the pure joy and freedom that independence brings. Together, these stories paint a vivid picture of a life that is not merely about surviving alone, but about living fully, authentically, and happily. Scientific studies back up these experiences. Research consistently shows that seniors who maintain autonomy report higher life satisfaction, lower depression rates, and better cognitive function. Independence encourages decision-making, personal responsibility, and self-confidence, skills that don't fade with age but continue to grow when nurtured. In essence, these seniors have cracked a code. The key to thriving in your golden years is not about avoiding solitude but embracing it as a tool for empowerment. It's also important to note that these benefits extend beyond the individual. Seniors who live independently often model resilience, adaptability, and joy for younger generations. They demonstrate that aging is not a decline but a continuation of growth and personal discovery. Living alone provides space for reflection, creativity, and the freedom to craft days according to one's own rhythm, elements that contribute to long-term health and happiness. So, what does this mean for you or your loved ones? It's a reminder that independence is valuable and achievable. Whether you're a senior yourself, supporting a family member, or simply curious about healthy aging, these stories and studies highlight a profound truth: solitude can be a source of power, contentment, and vitality. Living alone is not a punishment, it can be a celebration of life, capability, and self-determination. Before we wrap up, I want to invite you to take action. If this video has inspired you or shifted your perspective about seniors living alone, please like this video, subscribe to our channel Golden Age Wisdom, and share it with friends or family. Your support helps us continue sharing stories, scientific insights, and tips that empower older adults to thrive independently. Remember, aging isn't about losing your freedom, it's about embracing the opportunities, joys, and independence that come with each new year. These 5 secrets show us that living alone can be not just manageable, but truly remarkable.